Gotta go fast.
Work, eat, sleep, repeat. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. How many of us get stuck on that treadmill of life thinking, soon we'll start living a more meaningful life. Soon we'll shake up our daily routine. Soon we'll start something new. We'll start and think about those things, those important things we've always wanted to do, the things we always talk about. So who do you think you are when it comes to being on that path to finding the purpose unique to you? Are you cast away and shipwrecked? Sadly, far too many people fall into this category. These are people who are disillusioned, maybe depressed. Their hearts sinking as they walk into yet another day at the office or whatever place of work you're at. And the problem is that you're so entrenched in this mindset that you just accept what you've got. You stagnate and you stay where you are. You're doing what your education, your grades will allow you. You've got a good job maybe, but it's not fulfilling you. It's paying the bills, but you don't think about clarity or purpose. It's not necessarily the case that these people don't think about what's meaningful to them ever. It's just more likely that they assume that what they've got, the job, the commute, the habit of going home to sit in front of the TV, is what's meaningful to them. They don't really push their boundaries. Instead of the attitude of, let me make my best, they just make the best of what they've got.
So the reality is that the whole point of all of this is to find that door amongst the other 999 doors that you're going to leave open, and you're going to shut all the other ones. It's more about the things you're going to not do than it is about the thing that you're going to do.
If you're not willing to make changes, the sad truth is they're going to continue to be unhappy and unfulfilled. But right now, you're wasting it by falling into bad habits. And you get stuck in this daily, weekly, monthly routine.
It's been a tough year, man. In the last 10 months, both my granddads died. In dealing with the grief of losing these really important people in my life, I come to one proper important conclusion. How lucky I am to be alive. When I think about them and how they were literally just there, like yesterday. Yesterday I could have seen them, touched them, cuddled them, and the next day, boom, gone. In the blink of an eye, at the click of a finger. Have you ever lost someone? Like, do you guys actually have any idea how lucky you are? Seriously, put this into perspective. Everywhere you look, there are people just moaning and forgetting and taking for granted that they are alive. Oh man, I hate my job. The weather is terrible, I'm sick of it. I wish I didn't have to travel as much. Blah, blah, blah. You're alive, man. Wake up. Whenever you find yourself moaning about life, do what losing my granddads has taught me to do. And quickly and aggressively remind yourself that you are alive. And always, always end up smiling. Because you could be dead.
As C.S. Lewis said, hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. People look at their past to decide who they are. People look at their past to decide who they can be. But the problem is, oftentimes, people mistake difficulties, suffering, pain for being bad, being less than, being broken, and it erodes their sense of self-esteem. It erodes their sense of self-worth. But nothing could be more opposite from the truth, because in reality, no matter what you've gone through, no matter how hard it was, all of it was shaping you into the person that you can become. The hardships, the difficulties, the pain, the suffering, all of that makes you tougher. It is literally in the difficulties that you begin to find just how much you're capable of. It's in the suffering that you find out how resilient you are. It's in the pain that you can rise up and get tough. And all of that is going to serve you as you move forward, but you have to know how to frame it. You have to know how to think about it. You have to know that whatever you've been through, that all of it is an opportunity to learn. All of it is an opportunity to grow. All of it is an opportunity to get better, but you have to use it to shape yourself. You have to lean into it. You have to know that the pain and the suffering, all of it is serving you. But if you're telling yourself a story that diminishes you, if you're telling yourself a story that bad things have happened to me, or I've done bad things and that makes me a bad person, then none of it is going to help you. And you're always going to move backwards. And it's going to be this stress and this pressure that's pushing you backwards. Instead, if you could put it behind you, said it pushes you forward, it propels you to be more, then no matter what's happened to you, you can become something truly extraordinary. And as David Livingstone said, I'll go anywhere, provided it be forward. So even when you're making mistakes, even when you're falling down, if in that you can see that it's an opportunity, it's a lesson, it's something that you've learned, even when you're running and you stumble and you trip and you scrape yourself all across the pavement, you're still moving forward. As long as you get back up, dust yourself off and keep going. It doesn't matter that you fell. It doesn't matter that you embarrassed yourself. It doesn't matter that you made a mistake or that you look stupid. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is how do you think about it? Do you let it be something that moves you backwards? Or do you recognize at least it was momentum, at least you were going, at least you tried, at least you were putting your energy into something, at least you were willing to take a risk? And that's where most people fail. They're never willing to put themselves out there because they don't see the momentum, they don't see the forward movement, they only see the failure. It really is that easy, and I know that you've heard this 1,000 times, and I know that people are telling you all the time that failure is a part of the learning process. But so is the voice that says you're a f*** up. So is the voice that tells you that you're unworthy. But it's up to you to decide to ignore that voice. It's up to you to prove that voice wrong. It's up to you to love yourself. And yes, I know that's easier said than done. And yes, I know each and every one of us has to do things to be worthy of loving ourselves. We have to take that leap of faith. We have to be willing to look at our inadequacies. We have to be willing to get up and do ourselves a service. We have to be willing to serve ourselves. And you do owe yourself that. And you do have to take action. And you do have to be proactive. But if you do that, you don't need extraordinary accomplishments. You just need to know that you're trying. You need to know that when you fall, you're going to get back up. You need to know that you'll keep pushing forward. You need to know that you won't give up, even if you've given up in the past. And once you know that about yourself, once you know that every day is a day, an opportunity to reinvent yourself, that's all you need to believe in. That's all you need to build that self-worth, is to tell yourself you're going to do something better today than you did yesterday. That's it. It doesn't need to be grand. It doesn't need to be extraordinary. It simply needs to be a commitment to yourself. If you commit to yourself, if you commit to love yourself, despite everything that's happened to you, despite everything you've done, your life can be beautiful. But it starts with a decision to move forward.
And what the masters realize is that they make a point of spending time working on things that are essential, that are meaningful to them. And that could be hobbies, relationships, projects, charity work, businesses. These are the people that they really maximize their potential. And they strive every day to be the best they can. And they take the unexpected problems in their stride. They're winning at life. And they're not these magical superheroes with luck or powers or genetics that's just been handed to them. They're definitely human, but they just have certain habits, certain qualities that many people don't.
So step one is to find something you actually want to do and don't settle. As Les Brown would say, the hard times ain't come to stay, they have come to pass. You ain't dead, but you are gonna die. So go and live.
There's always potential for people to grow and change. And you just know if you push yourself a bit more, a bit harder, you could become this better version of you.
I'm sorry, Major. What was your name?
Benny. Nobody cares.
Meow.
Okay, pal, I want to basically look like a passenger plane.
Oh, is that all you got?
No, but thank you for asking.
Whatever this creature is, our job is to secure it, neutralize it, see what makes it tick.